Hello and welcome to the Halo 5 Legendary No Death runs. Today we're going to go through Reunion, and this is pretty much a pure speed run. You'll notice that earlier on in the game we took a lot more care and we took a lot more time in the levels because there was a lot of glitches and tricks that you could do which were quite dangerous. It was really easy to die, so we decided to go for the safer options. But in the later levels this isn't the case and we can pretty much just do pure speed runs. In this level you'll need to kill a total of 2 Jackal snipers and that's it. When you start off, there is a shortcut on the left hand side here to skip this first section, but you can fall off the edge and it can be a bit tricky, so we're just going to skip that and continue this level as if it were normal. There's no enemies in this first section, so there's no point risking it just to shave off a couple of seconds. We're not doing pure speed runs, we're just doing no death runs, so we'll run up the slope, we'll activate this switch and we'll just continue this level as if it were normal.
How many years has it been since we used that signal?
In this level, like I said before, there are 2 enemies you have to kill, which are 2 Jackal snipers in the first half of the level. After that, you just have to run past everything else, including the Warden. This isn't similar to the first Warden fight we had, where we shoot him and kill him quickly. This one is a trick where he shoulder barges you and catapults you up into the air, and then you can just skip that section. So when we get to it, you'll see exactly where you need to stand and what you need to do. It's quite easy when you try it, so I'd recommend just doing this level and having a go yourself. But it's a really clever trick, and it's really useful for this level.
Chief, back on Meridian. There was a lot.
So we'll just run through this little path and do this section as if it were normal. There's no enemies in this section, so it doesn't really matter until we get round this corner on the right hand side, and then there's a group of Covenant that we can just skip.
This place is incredible.
So what you need to do in this first half is keep to the left hand side. So you jump up here to the left, jump and boost over here. You keep running around here, you skip all of those enemies, and if you jump up here and boost to the left, you can sometimes skip the bullets there from the grunt. You come around here and you boost to the left again, you come through this wall, and then there'll be a crate with some carbines in it. You need to grab one of those and take out the first Jackal sniper that's up here on the ledge. So once we've taken him out, we just keep running up here on the left hand side. And just keep coming up here as fast as you can. You can usually do that without grabbing the ledge, but if you do, it doesn't really matter, you shouldn't die. You keep to the left here and jump up here on the left. Then you need to turn and grab this ledge on the right. And then you need to boost over to this next section. There's a needler and a sword on the ground here, so pick up the needler and take out this elite on the turret. Once you've taken him out, pick up the carbine and the sword again. The sword just makes you run faster, so you run around here and come through this wall. Switch to the carbine and look to the right because there's the second Jackal sniper. You can normally take him out just as you drop down or while you're dropping down, and then once you've done that, you just keep running round to the left hand side with the sword. You'll come through this wall, bring your teammates up to try and spawn the next checkpoint, and then jump up on this ledge. So once we jump up on this ledge, you need to wait here for the checkpoint to spawn, and you'll notice that in the screen now, there's that little ledge. You need to wait for the checkpoint and then jump up there.
Not like you did with Cortana, at least.
So the checkpoint just spawned, we're going to jump up there, wait for the Phantom to get a bit closer, and then jump onto it. We're going to jump to the left hand side of the Phantom and then ground pound down here. You want to ground pound as close to the edge as you can because there's a kill zone, so if you try and ground pound into this main section straight away, you'll die by the kill zone, so you want to make sure you're on that very ledge. You need to turn to the right and run up until you get the checkpoint, turn around and just carry on with a level as if you're doing it normally. The Phantom can sometimes hit you, so be careful for that, but it shouldn't kill you because it flies off pretty quickly.
I wonder.
Once they've had the little chat, the light bridge activates and then we'll get another cutscene.
Stands to reason. Any ships caught in the slip space bubble would be pulled through.
Light bridge activated on approach.
We're definitely being led somewhere.
So we're going to skip this cutscene and get onto the next section immediately. So what we're going to do is just keep boosting here with the sword. And in the first section we kept to the left side, in this section we're going to keep to the right side. So you want to jump round here to the right, and then you want to keep running round here, follow this path, and then you want to jump and boost into this next little lower section. You want to follow the rock around to the right and follow this path.
You intend to?
Up onto this next ledge, there'll be some knights and some watchers over there. They have turrets, so be careful, but if you jump and boost into this section, you should be okay, and you should do it without getting hit too much. This next section's a Warden fight, so to do this, you want to drop down here, you want to jump and boost over this little barrier, swap to the carbine and shoot that wall to get his attention to look over there. You then want to hit him on the back, and then you want to run to this little slope section of the rock. The Warden then barge you up into the air because you've hit the rock. You want to ground pound onto this next section quickly before you hit the kill zone in the sky. That was pretty lucky. Normally you can do it a bit safer than that. Then once you've done that, finish this section as if it was normal. The warden and all the enemies are still alive, but they're not going to look in this direction. They're going to look as if you're hiding at the beginning of that segment. So they won't shoot you. When you activate this switch and the lift goes down, they'll be facing the wrong way, so there's no chance of the warden's eye beam hitting you and you dying, so don't worry about that. It can glitch there a little bit because you've done this section so quickly it doesn't actually know what to do, so don't worry about that. Your game hasn't frozen, it just glitches a bit. It will glitch a bit later on as well, probably.
The mantle of responsibility belongs to Cortana and the other created. I shall see it remains forever beyond your grasp.
So as you can see, everyone's looking the opposite direction, so they're still talking as if you're in the battle, but they're not actually worried about you over here at all.
Cortana, why does the warden think...
So once this barrier's down, you just jump across like normal, and as soon as you land on this lower platform and turn to your right, the light bridge will appear, so you can just keep running, so don't worry about falling off. This next section, there is another little bit that you can glitch through the wall. But again, we're not going to do that. We don't need to avoid any enemies really. We're not going to die, so we're just going to do this normally.
Can assume the Forerunners
So we get into the Phaeton and you need to take out 4 of these little walls. So you shoot that one,
focus on poverty.
and then you shoot this one down here. Once you've taken that out, there should be one to the left-hand side as well. So you come through this little tunnel, turn to the left, turn to the right, come underneath this little archway, and there should be another one there. Yep, there we go. So we'll take that out. And then there should be the final one to the left. There it is. So it's up there. So once we've taken that out, we'll get to the part where we need to jump out the Phaeton. Some soldiers spawn, so you need to just fly it quite high, get as far forward as you can, jump out the Phaeton and boost forward. And then you should skip all fire from the soldiers there. Come over the man cannon, land on this platform and go through the door. It can glitch a bit here as well. But once it stopped freezing, you just come through the door, jump down here, and you need to run to the base of that next metal slope. And once you've done that, the level should end, and that's the end of Reunion.
Cortana.
John, you made it.
So, that level was really quick, it was a really good speed run. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.